Today, we'll have a lecture on progressivism, and I want you to think about the link of this educational theory with regards to our lessons in social accountability. We will see later that there are some principles, there are some characteristics that are also in line with social accountability. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, progressivism. Title, John Dewey, An Education Philosophy. John Dewey kasi is one of the proponents of progressivism. Originally, he is a proponent of liberalism. Let's see. Historical context, this is John Dewey. Okay, the roots of progressivism can be traced back to the late 19th, gaining prominence in the early 20th century through the work of John Dewey. He is an American philosopher, psychologist, and educational reformer. Okay? So, he advocated for educational reform that reflected democratic ideas which he was espousing because obviously he's a liberal, no? And he is more focused on thinking niya is we should be more focused on experiential learning. And as we all know, in social accountability and in all your other classes, we are always trying to look for different ways or means of teaching, imparting knowledge to you, no? That will not always go back to the lecture type of learning that we are usually used to when we started our educational journey in your preschool, in your elementary, high school, and experiential learning very important for us because as we talked about early on, when you were still in second year and third year, experiential learning makes you feel what it's all about, what the lesson is all about, because you experience. Experiential gives you the opportunity to reflect more on the topic, on the subject matter, and give your own ideas about it. No? He argued that school should mirror society. So yun nga, no? We need to, if you're thinking of becoming a teacher, well, everybody naman has a chance to teach, no? When you have family, your own kids, your nieces, okay? Or the siblings of your friends, your best friends, we all teach somehow, no? And we should, according to him, we should always, in our teaching, in our imparting knowledge, we should always mirror what's happening in real life, in society, so that our students, our learners will not be magulat what's out there. And it's actually been seen, no, that one of the main problems of our graduates in college when they go out into the real world is that they are not prepared for what's out there. Okay? And this is what progressivism is trying to remedy. Okay? We should be teaching, according to this educational theory, we should be teaching through experiential learning so that students are familiar with what they should expect when they go out into the real world and join the professional world of your course, public administration. Seminal works include The School and Society, which laid the groundwork for progressive educational practices, which prioritizes student engagement over rote memorization. What is rote memorization? Can anybody tell us what is rote memorization in terms of learning? Anybody? Nicole? What is rote memorization type of learning as compared to student engagement? What's the difference? Kasi, kasi, anybody? Johan? Student engagement,
Okay,
type
sir.
of learning.
Student engagement, sir, means it is a way of learning which is there is a student exchange of ideas through, for example, a student gives or this this type of engagement where an answer and questions, unlike with the rote memorization, it is the repetitive way of learning from the yung nakasanayan dito natin, sir, na mode of learning na yung wala siyang yung pag-teach na ng teacher is wala siyang ganito, sir, na wala siyang engagement, walang question and answer.
Okay, so as explained by Stella, no, when we look at student engagement type of learning, the teacher acts primarily as a facilitator. The teacher will feed ideas in order to spark the discussion amongst the students and him, of course, no? He will act more as a guide for the discussion as a facilitator. In comparison with rote memorization, the teacher will speak for an hour about a certain subject matter, and then at the end, you maybe ask questions and assign homeworks which you will read and memorize. Okay? There's no real engagement. There's no trying to brainstorm about the subject matter. You will need to understand it by what's written in your textbooks, okay? And by what's lectured by the teacher. And you are left on your own to fend for yourself if you really want to deepen your understanding about the subject matter. You are on your own. Whereas in student engagement type of learning, all of us are involved. Okay? We collaborate in terms of rolling over ideas, putting it on the table and debating about it, about its correctness or its wrongness. No? Okay? That's the difference. Okay, let's define progressivism. Desa, can you please read the first bullet?
Progressivism is an educational philosophy that emphasizes student-centered learning, active engagement, and real-world problem solving.
Ms. Carpintero.
Progressivism, it is rooted in the pragmatist philosophy of John Dewey.
Okay. Nicole, can you please look up what we mean by pragmatism? Then we discuss. The third bullet, Lara.
Progressivism, it seeks to prepare students not just for academic success, but for meaningful participation in a democratic society.
See, we are preparing you, students or near graduates of public administration, to participate in a democratic society. The Philippines is a democratic society. We adhere with the principles of democracy. So, progressivism is more focused, not just, kasama na rin yung academic success, of course, no? We will not graduate kung hindi tayo mag-succeed academically. But, nakafocus din siya after your academic tour or your academic journey. That you, after you graduate, you will be able to meaningfully participate. Meaning, to say, when you graduate as public administrators, public administration students, you should be able to join, well, primarily government, no? Some of you will decide to go public or civil society, but whatever it is that you join, you will be able to adapt to the work, adapt to the environment, and contribute. Okay? Why? Why are we focusing on that? Honto, why do you think we are focusing on molding or forming students that can participate in a democratic society? Why is it important to prepare all of you for society? Okay. Again, why is it important that we prepare students for joining the society?
It is important to the student to prepare in joining in society because as of now we are facing we're not just facing we're not facing on for positive, but we are facing on a lot of problem, and in order for us to be prepared, in order for us that we are preparing to be facing in the society to be
I want you to all look at the image here. Wheels, gears, okay? Meaning symbolizing action, continuing action, round, turning, okay? And there are basically some descriptions of the students. The student is at the center, right? And the gears around the students represent different areas of learning. Okay? But all in all, in progressivism, we want students to become critical thinkers. Matalas mag-isip. Okay? And what do we say about critical thinkers? These people are not reactive. Hindi man mag-react agad. Critical thinkers look at all the variables, all the elements in a particular situation, and then think about it. Not in a slow manner, but in a fast manner. You need to be able to look at all the elements and decide what course of action to take. Okay? Innovators. We need to be critical thinkers, and then in your response to a particular problem, you need to be able to innovate when needed. Okay? You know, na may different, we have different ways of responding to problems. As written in the books, as taught to us by different people, your teachers, by your parents, no? But remember, we also acknowledge that each situation might be different. It might be similar, but in terms of elements, in terms of characteristics, a particular situation that you face is different from other situation, and you need to be able to respond innovatively. Okay? Innovatively. Okay. You need also to become problem solvers. Okay? No surrender, sabi nga natin, di ba? Do not surrender to a particular problem. Treat it as a challenge. Yun naman ang lagi natin sinasabi. Do not look at a particularly difficult situation as a problem. You look at it from a challenging point of view that we need to think about it critically, and then we need to innovate in order to solve the problem. Okay? We need to be ethically engaged. Isang mabigat na usapin din, ano? What do we mean by ethical? It delves into what is right and what is wrong. Meaning, from a moral standpoint, what is right and what is wrong. And then you put it side by side with what the law, the legal standpoint says. What is right and what is wrong legally. Okay? Right. And you need to be effective communicators. If you cannot describe something to different persons, if you cannot explain something to different persons, that idea of yours, which might be good, will remain an idea. Because you cannot describe it, you cannot illustrate it, you cannot communicate it. So, it is also very, very important and of urgent note that we become effective communicators, especially in our line of work as public administrators. No? We are talking to our fellow Pagadianos. We are talking to our fellow Mindanaoans. We are talking to our fellow Filipinos. And we need to be able to clearly send across our ideas, our intent. Okay? And in that manner also, we need to be globally aware because the Philippines does not exist in a vacuum. No? We exist together with our fellow Earthlings, Earthmen. Alright? Any question? Any addition? Wala pa? Anyway, mamaya. Okay. So tuloy natin. Progressivism is a movement, educational movement. Sabi natin, giving value to experiential learning rather than yung formal learning, yung rote memorization na binabanggit natin kanina, no? And we focus more on the learner's talent. Now, usapan natin ito. What do you think is the problem with a educational theory that focuses on learner's talent? Ano yung medyo difficulty dyan? Because in a particular year level, for example, all of you, 4th year, graduating class, same ba kayo ng status in terms of learning? Hindi. So, since sinabi natin that progressivism focuses on the development of a learner's talent, it is incumbent, it is the responsibility of the teacher to identify the particular level of each of the students and work from them, develop that student from them. Okay? Because, as we've said, we acknowledge that there are differences in terms of learners' talent. Right? Sabot? Good. Now, sabi natin kanina, sabi ni John Dewey, learn by doing. Diba? When you were under me in project development and management, what was the first project that we did when we toured the campus? What was our intent? To put up CCTV, okay? And we did a survey walk of the entire campus in order for us to see where exactly would be the location of the CCTV cameras. And then we discussed it. We learned by doing. Okay? And you did a canvas of the materials to be used. So we went to different electronic stores to look for the price. Okay? And try to decide which one of the stores here in Pagadian offers the cheapest price, but
With the same.
with the same quality of equipment. So that's learning by doing. Basta pa lain na group na nag-ano tayo. There's different projects na pwede, diba? Yung sa ibang group is the water dispenser. So ganoon din, no? You went out and tried to look for a supplier for water dispenser. You tried to talk to various water dispenser operators already, no? How do they earn? So we learn by doing. Ano yung kaibahan niya? Nung ginawa niyo yun, were there so many new learnings for you? Na-realize natin na hindi pala ganun kadali, ano? Na magkaroon ng CCTV. Right? Sige. Aside from being an educational movement and educational theory, progressivism is also a political philosophy. Okay? Because nga, sabi natin, kung titignan mo, dun sa educational na mga definitions, tumatagos siya dun sa sa kanyang kagustuhan na mapangat ang kondisyon ng mga mag-aaral, ng mga estudyante. So as a political philosophy, it's also a movement and it seeks to enhance or improve human conditions through social reform. So ganun yung ano niya, no? Progreso, pag-asenso. Ano yung battle cry ng Pagadian? Wala. Hindi nyo alam yung battle cry ng Pagadian? Di ba asenso? Asenso. That's our battle cry. Kung titignan mo, progressivism is pag-asenso. So in Pagadian City, if you're looking at the political philosophy of Pagadian City, yun na yun. By that word mismo, asenso, we want to improve or advance the human conditions of Pagadianos. Talang ng mga nagpuyo dire sa Pagadian, we want to improve their life. Okay? We want to improve their lives. Kaya nga, laging sinasabi, asenso. Asenso tayo. And that's progressivism. Okay? Through social reform, based on advancement in social organizations, kumbaga, nagsiservisyo na ng maayos ang tibuok ng mga government offices, DNSO, DSWD, DILG, PNP, armed forces, the schools, science and technology. Sa science and technology, malinaw naman yung advancements. No? But the question is, how do we use it? How do we use technology? How do we use science in order to improve the lot of our co-city mates? Okay, key principles. Answer, please. Number 1.
Student-centered learning, progressivism priorities the needs, interests, and experiences of students. The curriculum is designed around what is relevant to the learners' lives, fostering a sense of ownership over their education.
Carpintero, number 2.
Active learning. Students engage in hands-on activities and projects rather than passive memorization. This approach encourages critical thinking and problem-solving skills as students learn through experience.
Maro, 3.
Social responsibility. Education under progressivism aims to develop not only intellectual capabilities but also social skills. Students learn cooperation, tolerance, and empathy, preparing them to be responsible citizens.
Okay. Anybody explain number 1? Let's go again on Dico. Number 1. Can you please tell us what you understand?
So, basically,
student-centered learning is that progressivism, whereas the needs and interests that would enhance and develop the skills of the students that is in line in their course or field of studies that is relevant to their lives and towards fostering a sense of ownership, and thus empowering the students of their needs and interests over their education that is significant to their studies. So it involves the needs and
Okay. How do you link it to social accountability? Number one, student-centered learning. Is there a link?
There is a link in citizens and capable
Yes, correct.
citizens.
It is linked directly to that characteristic of social accountability that we are trying to develop, that citizen groups and the citizens themselves are capable. Okay? So by centering the learning to the students, preparing them for participation in society and giving them the necessary tools, theory and praxis, no? To be able to join and collaborate in society, you are fulfilling one of the tenets of social accountability. Right? And so on and so forth. Especially here, social responsibility. Who is responsible for educating the people? Who is the primary responsible entity in educating the people? Huh? Government! It's the government's job to ensure that the citizens are properly educated. And how do they do that? Through the Department of Education and through the Commission on Higher Education. Okay? So since it's the government's responsibility, the government have framed, formulated the structure in order to support that requirement to educate the citizens. Okay, active learning is great. Wala natin, no? Hands-on. Hands-on. Experiential. As much as possible, merong active interaction, engagement between the students amongst themselves and the teachers. Plus, binabanggit natin lagi, we need to network, we need to link, communicate with stakeholders. Okay? Right. Next, number 4, in audio.
Interdisciplinary approach. Progressive education often integrates multiple subjects into cohesive learning experiences, promoting creativity and deeper understanding.
Okay. Ulido.
Holistic development. Progressivism recognizes the importance of emotional and social development alongside academic growth. A supportive classroom environment allows students to experience themselves freely and develop interpersonal skills.
Wala ko naman kita mo.
Express.
Express, not experience. Eh? Wala mo niya ito magsabi. Anyway, sige. Interdisciplinary approach, hindi, ang inasabi lang niya na, as much as possible, mayroong ibang flavors yung learning natin. Kaya kung titingnan ninyo yung mismong curriculum, yung syllabus, mayroong mga elements na hindi siya, ano ba, for example, this subject, social accountability. We also delve into research. We also delve into quantitative numbers, math. Because we want an interdisciplinary approach to holistically develop the students. Right? And we try to do it using a supportive classroom environment. Alright? Kung minsan naging informal kayo, usap tayo, palitan ng liwa, in order to foster that what we want, to brainstorm, to share, collaborate, cooperate with each other in order to attain a higher level of understanding and learning with regards to our subject matter. Kahit siya lang kasi nung itabi ko sa iyo, Lara, parang lagi na katawa. Anyway, contemporary applications, makikita niyo mga teacher niyo, pati ako, employing strategies such as cooperative learning, project-based assignments, and real-world applications to make learning relevant and engaging. Okay? One of our major activity for this class, social accountability, is you being assigned to different offices of government that are here in Pagadian City, no? From the local offices to the national offices. We have people here who were assigned to the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. We have people here who were assigned to DILG, Interior and Local Government. We have people here who were assigned locally to the Emergency Operations Center of the Pagadian City LGU. Isa pa? And then Social Welfare and Development Office. So, yeah. Applications, you being there, hands-on learning. Collaborative learning, like what we're doing now, and every day, and during our... Okay, in collaborative learning, we said that building community among you is paramount. It's what we always do. It's like every day in our class, we do this type of methodology in imparting knowledge, collaborative. Everybody speaks out his or her mind and contributes to the learning so that we will reach a higher level of understanding the subject matter. If you're thinking, we mugged this phrase for so long now since you were in first year. You need to really ask questions. It's how you develop your processes of looking at things. It's how you develop your processes of looking at different elements or variables that are impinging on a particular subject matter and arranging them properly so that you will arrive at a very, very good decision or program of action in order to attack the problem or the challenge that you have. Right? Okay, key components and characteristics. Again, it's a reiteration of some of our discussion. Learning by doing, integrated curriculum, problem solving and critical thinking, collaborative learning, focus on understanding. Okay? It's not enough that you can recite. Kasi kapag ba, pag binemorize mo lang, and then you will just give me what's written on the book. Ano yung lagi ko sinasabi? You give me an example based on your experience and you bring it down to the level of your family experience, your friendship experience so that you can properly explain, you can understand. Okay? When we were in economics yata, no? You bring down the subject matter of economics down to the family level and you will understand it better. Social responsibility and citizenship, you are very well aware and versed on this. Assessment through projects. You will be graded depending on the project that you are turning in to your teachers. In the case of our first subject, your research work. In the case of this subject, your performance in the different departments of government that you were assigned. Okay? You were graded by them, and you will be graded by me. Okay? Assessment of learning through projects. Final thoughts? Progressivism still remains as a vital force in contemporary education. Siyempre naman, if you look at education really, no, it's ladderized. It's hierarchical, pataas ng pataas. Nursery kinder, grade 1, grade 12, and then you enter college, and then you go masters, and then if you finish your masters or several masters, you go to doctorate, and then you have your postdoctorate degree. Okay? So it's hierarchical. It's ladderized. It's always going up, never going down. So you are looking at a progression of level. It focuses on the whole child, the learner. You put that child, make sure that you put that child in a inclusive learning environment. Para hindi siya mahiyabang, hindi maulaw. What happens when a student enters a classroom na naulaw siya? Tahimik lang siya buong klase. Yes. May matututunan siya, but she will not participate. She will not recite. She will not raise her hand. So there's no collaboration. Because hindi inclusive yung classroom. Alright? And we need to, lastly, last paragraph, we need to take into account that our educational landscape continues to change. The main driver here in the change in the educational landscape is technology. Okay? We are now adapting to an educational system that uses technology, unlike in my time. Alright? Okay. Any sharing from your side? Becca, after the presentation, what have you realized? What have you learned?
My realization on the topic that's being presented this afternoon is that, positivism is
Progressivism.
Progressivism is more on the essential side, or the essential side is more on the real life experience. So we are not in the phase of, we cannot say that we are in a progressivism era when we don't really experience, and in the contrast or in the connection to the social accountability. It is called the champion, or we have this called a sense of, it is meaning that it means that there is a social reform by doing there is a social reform in means of social justice, and of course providing which is beneficial for the society.
Anybody else? Ivy?
My realization to the presentation is that it is important to have the active learning when it comes to progressivism, because students needs to be equipped in many kind of to learn such skills and educate not just us, but also to collaborate with other people or to collaborate with other students, so that we can learn to their ideas and thoughts, and we can share also our thoughts and ideas to them, and then with that we can help to develop our educational status and to progress more.
Thank you. Anybody else who would like to share? Well, no more. And we go to our next topic. Thank you very much for participating in this presentation. We continue on with social accountability.